bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's flow for now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
going on, guys? JS and GC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing my live stream watch-along of Manchester City's game against Bayern Munich in the Champions League quarter-final second leg from Germany. The Allianz Arena. Manchester City leading here by 3-0. Man City are in a very, very strong position. They were just saying on BT Sport then that 4 times it's happened in the past where teams have come back to go through after trailing by 3 goals. Only happened 4 times. I'm sure you'll all remember Liverpool knocking out Barcelona at Anfield a few years back. It has happened before. Barcelona have knocked, I think, Real Madrid out. I think Deportivo La Coruña are in there as well. They have managed to do it. Manchester City, I'm hoping, not going to be on the receiving end here tonight for our match against Bayern Munich. But Manchester City, we played so well at the Etihad. So well. 3-0 victors. But yeah, could have scored more. Could have scored by even more. This could have been curtains. Could have been 4 or 5. It wasn't 4 or 5. But Man City put themselves in a tremendous position to be able to go through in this match and set up a semi-final match with Real Madrid, who knocked out Chelsea yesterday evening. So before we digest everything there is to speak about, including having a look at the team news for today, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, then please do subscribe to my channel. We're on that push to 30,000 subscribers, less than 1,400 subs away. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Social media links, they're in the description below. And also on the yellow banner too, if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description too, if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. TikTok link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. I don't know if I've just said that or not. Who knows? Live streams, got to love them. Also don't forget to leave a thumbs up. You know the rules. 100 likes. That's what we're aiming for. We're 88 away. It's a big do, this one. Big game. So leave a thumbs up. That would be absolutely fantastic. And most importantly, do let me know your thoughts in the live chat. Let me know your score prediction for this evening. And do let me know where you're tuning in from as well. I can see we've got Prasanna in the chat. Much appreciated. We'll be doing a live stream watch along if you are new around here. It means I'll be commenting on everything that's happening in the game. I know some people will be asking, can I show the game? And unfortunately, due to copyright infringement, and plus JSGC isn't paying for Champions League rights, I won't be able to show the footage of the game, but I will do my commentary and take you through everything, of course, that is happening for this game for you to look forward to. And always a pleasurable experience if you are able to watch the game, to have a good interaction with everybody from around the world as well. So worthwhile tuning in for that, if I'm honest. John, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated for tuning in once more. Also got Adam in on the chat saying 5-1, he reckons, with a Haaland hat-trick, Grealish and Gundogan scoring today. John reckons the big ship's going to sink Bayern today, which I'm hoping you're going to be correct. Shane, thanks for tuning in, saying if we lose by 2, do we go through? So if we lose 2-0, we lose 3-1, 4-2, 5-3, etc., etc. City go through. Bayern Munich today have to win by 3 goals or more. If they win by 3 goals, so 3-0, 4-1, 5-2, this will go to extra time. No away goals. They don't count anymore. If Bayern Munich win by 4, Manchester City exit out of the competition, which hoping that isn't going to be the case. John, thanks very much for your kind comment there, saying my favourite City YouTube channel. Salute to you, John. Thank you very much for that. Do you know what, John, for that kind comment, I am going to add you as a moderator. There we go, in as a moderator. Got to love it. Reward there for John, who has shown loyalty and dedication to the JSGC channel. Alex, thanks very much for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. Jay Garth, thank you for tuning in too. Chris, welcome. Thanks for tuning in as well. Going for a 3-0 victory for City today. I hope you are right. 3-0 Manchester City, 6-0 on aggregate. Got to love that. That's what it is all about. Mixed, thanks to you for tuning in as well, hoping to moderate the chat. So we'll very quickly go through the rules, the boring bit, make sure we're not using bad language, make sure we're all having good fun on here and we're not spoiling it for others. And that's pretty much the rules, if I'm completely honest. Martin, thanks for tuning in. Going for 3-1 to Manchester City today as well. So, I just wanted to speak very quickly about today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by BetMate. You can go and check out BetMate. Their link is in the description and also in the live chat. They are rolling a pot. You've got around 15 minutes or so to come and join the pot. It closes 5 minutes before kickoff, so you've got 15 minutes to come and join. I am in the pot. BetMate running a pot today worth £400, £120 for the winner. JSGC has been in pretty good form recently through the month, finishing third in the Liverpool pot, first in the Southampton pot. Hoping to continue my good form. So if you know what you're doing in fantasy football, that's your kind of thing, awarded for points with things like tackles, interceptions, clearances, saves, assists, goals, that kind of thing, then do go and check out BetMate. It's fantastic. I've enjoyed using it throughout the season. You can download the BetMate app. It's free to download, so you can just use the link in the description or in the live chat. That'll take you to the download page to download the free BetMate app. It is only available to those in the UK, and it is also only available to those who are 18 or over as per the gambling laws. They're international gambling laws, they are, so you've got to be 18 or over to use BetMate. And remember, do use code JSGC10 on sign up and you'll get £10 in free bets. Means you can join this pot for free, which is fantastic. So just going to very quickly talk through my pot for this game. So my team for this pot, just going to get it up. So it's a Champions League double-header made up of Bayern Munich taking on Manchester City and also Inter Milan taking on Benfica. Inter Milan in a very strong position. I think they're 2-0 up from the first leg. They're in a very commanding, very strong position to make it an all-Milan semi-final. Man City looking to try and set up a date with Real Madrid in a few weeks' time. So my team made up of a couple of Inter Milan players to start with. So I've got Onana in goal, as I think both Ederson and Sommer are going to concede here today. I think this is going to be both teams to score. I've gone with Johnny Stones and Darmian as my two defenders. I've got Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne, who is both starting as my midfielders. And I've changed it up a little bit from my preview. If you watch my preview, I did speak more about BetMate in there, but I've changed up my attackers. Lukaku isn't starting, so I've taken him out and I've put Kingsley Coman in instead, along with Erling Haaland, my two attackers. And on the bench, I've got Vlacho Odimos of Benfica. I've got Pavard, Kimmich and Ramos as well on the bench. There it is. Locked, loaded, BetMates. We're all in and good to go. So hopefully we'll be in for a really good pot, really entertaining. I'm hoping that we'll be able to do really well for today. And hopefully my team will do really well. And obviously with 4 Man City players in the starting lineup, backing the boys in blue, who are not playing in blue, they're playing in the Bumblebee kit today, to go through in this game. TNT Beauty, thanks very much for tuning in, much appreciated. City Till I Die, thanks for tuning in as well, much appreciated. So, shall we speak about the teams? Let's speak about them. So, we're going to start off first with our opponent, which is Bayern Munich on home turf, needing to overturn a 3-goal deficit today. Very, very difficult to do, but they're starting today with Yann Sommer in goal. Going with the back four of Benjamin Pavard on the right-hand side and Joao Cancelo starting on the left-hand side. Doesn't surprise me with Bayern Munich playing more attacking for this game. They're going to go for it. They're looking for more creativity, so Cancelo can provide that one. The thing is, though, They've dropped Alphonso Davies. He's a class player. He's on the bench, and so to make way for Joao Cancelo to come in, Alphonso Davies is on the bench. They started today with Upamecano and Matthijs De Ligt, which is where I think Bayern Munich's weak spot is. They're going to be playing a nice high line. They're going to push everyone forward. The kitchen sink's going to be thrown at us, and I'm very confident that Manchester City can get the job done. So Sika, thanks very much for tuning in from Jamaica. Very nice, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Love that. Jamaica in the room. Where's everybody tuning in from? Now, midfield today for Bayern Munich looks like a midfield three once more of Kimmich, Goretzka and Musiala. Not changing anything up there. Not changing anything out wide either. Sane on the right-hand side and Kingsley Coman on the left-hand side. The only change that has been made for Bayern Munich other than Joao Cancelo coming in is Eric Choupo-Moting is being risked. He's fit to go here. He had returned to training yesterday. So he starts today, which means Serge Gnabry drops to the bench. Bayern Munich made up of a strong bench of Ulrich, their goalkeeper, Davis, Blind, Mazauri, Sarr, Stanisic, Ibrahimovic, Gravenberch, Gnabry, Muller, Tell and Mane. So a decent team that from Bayern Munich. A strong bench, full of players who can make the difference. The only problem is they're 3-0 down. It's going to be very difficult for them to be able to do so, particularly when you're going up against a team who could be as strong and as good as what Manchester City can be. Now, Manchester City, no changes from their victory at the Etihad Stadium against Bayern Munich last weekend. Ederson starts in goal. Back three of Akanji, Dias and Ake. Midfield two of Stones and Rodri. It's Kevin De Bruyne and Gundogan further ahead of them. Bernardo on the right wing, Grealish on the left wing, and Erling Haaland starts up top with Ilkay Gundogan captaining the teams. And I think that is a top team. That team, in my opinion, performed like it did at the Etihad. We go through here in Munich, no problems. I think we even get a result, maybe even a win. We'll have to wait and see. Permutations for Bayern Munich are so high, they're going to have to really commit for this, which means leaves them wide open. So I think City's best approach here, try and go in with the mentality that it's 0-0. I know it's difficult to do. And just try and limit the space for Bayern Munich and then press them and attack with numbers, attack with confidence and attack with precision. And if we can do that, like we did last week against Bayern Munich, I think we'll be okay. And I think I fancy City are going to score at least one today, which means Bayern Munich to send this to extra time are going to need to score 4 to go through. Probably going to need to score 5. So it's going to be very difficult evening for Bayern Munich. Not impossible, and definitely a job still for Manchester City to get done. And I am confident City can get the job done. Now on the bench for Manchester City today, 2 goalkeepers, Ortega-Moreno and Carson. Also got Lewis, Laporte, Walker, Gomez, Phillips, Palmer, Perrone, Foden, Mahrez and Alvarez on the bench there. So plenty of quality on the bench for Manchester City to go at should we need to. And one thing I will add is if Man City are in a dream position, we're 2 goals up with 20-25 minutes remaining, Man City are going through, I would be tempted to change up the team, get some substitutions, 2 or 3 players off, start resting legs and start thinking about Wembley and Saturday's match against Sheffield United, even though City are probably going to do a heavy bit of rotation for that. But if we're in a strong position with lots of big games to come, then why not make them changes? Right now, we're in a great position, but we're not in a real strong position where we're guaranteed to be going through. And that's what City need to be working on here. I'm confident we can get into that position. We need to make sure that we don't concede first. We need to make sure we don't concede in the first 15 minutes. And in an ideal situation here, City will have this 0-0 or we're 1-0 up by half-time. What Bayern Munich realistically need to get through here, they need to be 2-0 up at half-time. I remember City going into a similar situation when we lost at Anfield 3-0 in a Champions League quarter-final, got them to the Etihad, we scored that goal, we was on top, we had a goal disallowed, we was angry about it. Pep Guardiola kicked off at half-time with the officials, he was sent off, City's goal was scrapped and was just 1-0 up, and we're still in a pretty good position, but our heads dropped. And we ended up going out. Liverpool grabbed a couple of goals, ended up beating us that day, and it was a tough one to take, that one, and that all came about because we'd lost at Anfield 3-0, and that's what Man City need to do here. A really tough opponent in Bayern Munich, but I'm confident we can be professional enough here to get the job done, and that's what Manchester City need to do. Awen, thanks for tuning in from Jamaica, much appreciated. Darren as well in on the chat, thank you for tuning in, much appreciated. As Mixid tells me his team, Preston North End, have got off to a brilliant start in South Wales, already 1-0 behind. Maybe Mixid needs to start thinking about how playoffs may be a little bit unrealistic, whereas Manchester City, firm favourites here to reach the Champions League semi-final. My score prediction, I think Bayern Munich will find that first goal. I think it'll come in the first half. I think Man City will find an equaliser later in the first half. And I think City go on to grab another goal towards the end of the game in the second half. I'm going for Man City to win this game by 2-1. And I'm going for Manchester City to go through 5-1 on aggregate. And what a result it will be, knocking out one of the most prestigious, one of the most elite teams out there in Bayern Munich. And we know what awaits us in the semi-final once more. We owe them one, Real Madrid. We've still got 90 minutes to get through here in a difficult place to come in terms of the Allianz Arena. I think in the last 2, maybe even the last 3 seasons, Bayern Munich have gone out at the quarter-final stage and looking odds on like they're going to be going out at the quarter-final stage once more here for this game as well. Sub 2, thanks for tuning in as well, much appreciated. If I've missed anybody out, I do apologise. Just shout up and I'll give your name a shout out there. Do apologise for that. So just wanted to say a big shout out to today's video sponsor, BetMate. You've still got a few more minutes to go and join today's pot. You can go and download their app. It's free to download. The link's in the description and also in the live chat. Remember, use code JSGC10 on sign up. Get £10 in 3 bets. And then you can go and join the pot for free. And it's the UEFA Champions League special. 2 games rolling. Bayern against City and Inter Milan taking on Benfica. We have the potential of Man City taking on Real Madrid in the semi-final and an all-Milan derby in the other side of the draw in the semi-final as well. Alex don't want to give a prediction. Don't want to be the jinx. I like that, Alex. I like it. That's what we're looking at. Alex said, looking forward to going to the game on Saturday. All the way down to London. The big smoke. North London to Wembley. City taking on Sheffield United. Should be a really good game, that one. Don't really know what to expect from the game. Don't really know how much rotation City are going to put in place. What we do know is Manchester City competing for what we're going to say is the T word, but we can't get carried away. And these next 7 days, they define our season. Got a massive game tonight against Bayern Munich to reach the Champions League semi-final. We've got a massive match on Saturday to reach the FA Cup final, the final domestic game of the season, and set up a potential Manchester derby should Manchester United beat Brighton and Hove Albion on Sunday. And then next Wednesday, Man City have got Arsenal in the Premier League at the Etihad Stadium. Massive, massive games. And Alex, yeah, I agree. I reckon we'll see Kalvin Phillips start. I reckon we'll see City rotating a fair few players. I reckon the likes of Laporte will be starting. Kyle Walker will be starting. Potentially even Cole Palmer, Sergio Gomez. I reckon Kalvin Phillips will be given the nod. Who else? Julian Alvarez will get given the nod. Riyad Mahrez will get given the nod. So there is a fair amount of first-team regulars in that team to get the job done. But there is also going to be a fair amount, I am sure, of rotation in place for Manchester City. John, you are more than welcome. Your dedication, loyalty and support shown here on the JSGC channel gets rewarded. So made you a moderator. So thank you for that one. Much appreciated. Sam, thanks for tuning in. Zed Gamer, thanks for tuning in as well. Lots of positivity in the chat. I like that one. So we've got just 8 minutes remaining now, less than that, to kick off for this massive game between Bayern Munich and Manchester City in the Champions League quarter-final second leg. Man City 3-0 up. But still a little bit of work to do here at the Allianz Arena. And what we don't want 15 minutes in is to be 2-0 behind. That's what we need to avoid in that situation. We don't want a typical City. We want the new Manchester City. The clean, professional, high-quality performance. That is what we're looking for. Sam, thanks very much. Much appreciated. We're on the Lime Diet Coke today. Just wetting the appetite. And what'll wet it really nicely will be an early goal for Manchester City. I think City find an early goal. I think the game's done and dusted in my opinion. But, again, that is just my opinion. I will be keeping an eye on the Inter Benfica game as well. Just having a look at that one. They are 2-0 up for that one's Inter Milan. In a very strong position. Zed Gamer, we've both got the away strip on that Man City just don't seem to like wearing. We seem to like wearing the third kit as our away kit. I'm not too sure why Bayern Munich were allowed to wear their home kit last week at the Etihad, yet City aren't allowed to wear their home kit at the Allianz. I don't know, but there we go. I'm not that fussy when it comes to kits, to be honest. Asking who we've got on the back, there's JSGC written on the back. Number 17. The big 1-7. I absolutely love the black and red. You can see the old one that I've just got here in the background. Just there. But yeah, love it. Love everything about it. And yeah, taken after AC Milan. Wouldn't it be fitting that Man City wearing the red and black for our away kit? Just so happens to be the chance that we may meet AC Milan in the Champions League final. Alex says got Jack Grealish on the back of his. Zed Gamer got De Bruyne on the back of his. As John, score prediction, going for a 2-1 victory today for Manchester City, and I'm matching John with a 2-1 victory for Manchester City as well. Is that Nicolas Otamendi, the captain of Benfica? I didn't know that. I didn't know he was the captain. So we are just preparing for the players to come out. The gamer says going for a 2-1 victory for Manchester City as well. The players in the tunnel are ready to come out. We're going to get the anthem soon, so you'll be able to boo along at home, I am sure. As we await the players welcoming here. Less than 5 minutes to go to kick off. And things very much in Man City's favour, which is exactly where we want to be. As Sam says, I reckons it will be a draw, going for a 2-2 result, which would end Man City's winning streak. It's not what we want, so I'm hoping for a 2-1 City win. It'd be great. It'd be a good momentum thing to take with us forward into the semi-final, should we get there as well. Dad, thanks very much for tuning in. Going for a 2-2 draw as well, and City to go through 5-2 on aggregate. John says, let's do it in the spirit of Colin Bell and get the job done. And I tell you what, players are lined up in the tunnel, and that tunnel at Bayern Munich's massive, nice and interactive, but massive. Loads of stairs as well. Loads of stairs. So Bayern Munich, first ones to make their way down. City being led by captain Ilkay Gundogan. City ready to get the job done. Pep Guardiola returns to his former team, of course. Former manager of Bayern Munich for 3 seasons. Now manager of Manchester City. Julia, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. Players are lined up, ready to go then. Officials make their way out. Sam, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. You take care as well. And we are nearly ready to go. Players make their way onto the pitch then. A display put on by Bayern Munich. A big do, this one. City, I think, are backed by around 3,000 fans in Munich today. Very jealous seeing all the pictures on Twitter. Erling Haaland has a good look at the display that says Bayern and looks unimpressed. Right, it's going to be anthem time. Feel free to boo at home. Erling Haaland looks ready, doesn't he, there? A man with a mission. De Bruyne, Jack Grealish, Bernardo Silva, Manuel Akanji, Nathan Ake, Johnny Stones, Ruben Dias, Rodri, Ederson, and Ilkay Gundogan. I'm hoping that'll be the team I'll be reading out when I say Man City, they get the job done today. That's the team I'm going with for the 2 legs against Real Madrid to get the job done. If City reach the final on June 10th, I'm half tempted to say that's the team I go with. I was that impressed with what I saw at the Etihad against Bayern Munich. We just need to get the job done here at the Allianz to make it through, to set up a 2-leg date with destiny with the current Champions League holders and the team that just so happened to knock us out last season right at the death, to stop us going to Paris, for us to get our revenge and send our way to Turkey, to Istanbul on June 10th. The journey continues today here, and it stops via München in Bavaria in Germany. Just a very quick note, Joshua Kimmich, the defensive midfielder for Bayern Munich, should they go through and he receives a yellow card in today's game, he will be suspended for the first leg of the Champions League semi-final. These yellow card warnings are removed after this game. So the only way any player can be suspended for the final is if they receive a red card in the first leg or the second leg. If it's in the first leg, if it's for violent conduct, they will miss the final. It's a 2-game ban. However, if it's not a violent conduct red card, like a second yellow card, or, you know, pushing, shoving, or high challenge or whatever, then it'll be a 1-game ban as well, and they'll be good to go for the final. Any red card received in the second leg, they'll be suspended for the final. And only one Man City player on a yellow card warning on the starting 11 for City today, and that is Manuel Akanji, playing on the right side of City's free centre-back triple partnership. Akanji needs to avoid a yellow card today to make sure he's good to go for our match against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, should we get there. Man City huddled up, ready to go. Bayern Munich got a point to prove here. Already good to go and ready to go. Should be a real good one. So sit back, relax, let's enjoy the ride, and hopefully 90 minutes time, City will be in the Champions League semi-final for a 3rd consecutive season. Got to love it. You wouldn't have thought this was happening 20 years ago, would you? But here we are. O'Dane going for a 2-1 victory today for City. Bad, thanks for tuning in. Going for, I don't know, not put a score prediction, but you said hello. So much appreciated. Thanks for tuning in. So, Bayern Munich ready to get us underway. Attacking from right to left, playing in all red. City playing in their Bumblebee kits. Attacking from left to right at the Allianz Arena. It's Thomas Tuchel taking on Pep Guardiola here. It's Bayern Munich that are going to get us underway for this game. We're already 2 minutes over the 8 o'clock time. I'm in real time here as well. Are we going to get the whistle? Are we good to go? Nearly there. Got some club legends in the Allianz Arena. Oliver Kahn, former goalkeeper for Bayern Munich, is in the stands. An expectation that Bayern Munich will be there. That 3-0 victory for City last week won't have been received very well. The fighting between Sane and Mane won't have gone down very well. I don't know what the hold-up is here for kick-off. I don't know if someone's on the pitch. I don't know what the hold-up is here, ladies and gentlemen, and why we've not kicked off yet. Pep Guardiola's even called over Bernardo Silva and Akanji to give some instructions. The game's not even kicked off. What's the hold-up? Julia throwing out some German. I don't speak German, so I don't know what you've said. Could have said anything, and I don't know what you've said. What's the hold-up here? We're 4 minutes late for kickoff. Are we good to go now? Was it a referee problem? Was his thing loose? Was he not mic'd up? And we do have kickoff finally for this match. Bayern Munich launch it forward then. And Man City, job here is to make sure that we don't lose by more than 2. It's a strange situation to find ourselves in, but that's where we are. So Bayern Munich, no surprise, on the ball. I've got a feeling the first 10-15 minutes is going to be a lot of Bayern Munich on the ball. So if I'm City, I'd be sitting deeper, closing down the space, and trying to press and find the counter. So Yann Sommer has the ball now for Bayern Munich. Gives the ball to Upamecano. And Bayern Munich can just distribute this out from the back through the help of both Joshua Kimmich and Leon Goretzka. Here is Matthijs De Ligt then with the ball. Gives it to Dayot Upamecano and Bayern Munich push forward. A long ball forward from Upamecano. It isn't the best. Kingsley Coman has gone on the right-hand side at the moment. That's interesting. very interesting. I'm going to presume that Leroy Sane is out on the left. As Ederson just sends that ball long, Upamecano will pick that one off. So Man City not really had any possession as of right now. Been all Bayern Munich the first minute and a half. They've not mustered anything up. I'm feeling this is probably going to be the pattern of this game. This is going to be a game where Bayern Munich are going to see a lot of the ball, and Man City are just going to be patient in the hope that they're going to let the scoreline do the talking, and hopefully that'll take the sting out of the momentum of Bayern Munich, and they'll lose enthusiasm. With City finding the opening goal would be good. That's a good ball in. It's a good bit of defending there from Manchester City. Choupo-Moting offering a little bit more height than what Gnabry does. Is definitely an asset here, you feel, for Bayern Munich. Here is Joao Cancelo now. Tries to thread a pass through to Leroy Sane. Manuel Akanji picks that one off, and Bernardo Silva is going to give Man City the first bit of possession. He gets a block in off Joao Cancelo, and will get a throw in for City as well, which Thomas Tuchel isn't happy with. Felt like that should have been a Bayern Munich throw. So Choupo-Moting offering a little bit more aerial, bit more of an aerial threat for Bayern Munich today than what Serge Gnabry did last week at the Etihad. He's fit and good to go here. Not the greatest throw that from Akanji. Over the top of Haaland and picked off by Joao Cancelo. Upamecano can have the ball now instead for Bayern Munich. A heavy touch there from Benjamin Pavard, the French international, World Cup winner. He will find the pass back to Yann Sommer. And very nearly there, Leon Goretzka was pressed and forced into a mistake, but Matthijs De Ligt finds a pass. And once more again here, Yann Sommer messing about with it at the back. We saw it at the Etihad last week. Bernardo Silva's pressing and forcing the issue. That's not a very good ball from Yann Sommer. It was picked off by Manchester City and Ilkay Gundogan, but his header can't find Jack Grealish, and Bayern Munich can come forward and already committing 5-6 players forward. So this is Bayern Munich just showing a little bit more attacking intent already. Their high line, every player camped inside the Manchester City half. Here is Joao Cancelo. They're pushing early for this early goal. It's going to be bowled into the box. It's going to be shot. So this is where Man City need to be really careful, and Man City just need to weather this storm. First 10, first 15 minutes, see it out, keep it to 0, and go from there. Because this team and the crowd will be well behind Bayern Munich should they find an early goal. They'll think it's game on. And that's what City need to avoid. Here is De Bruyne then, Man City having their first bit of possession, but they're struggling to find a bit of space. But that's a great ball from Akanji to Ake, who does have a bit of space here on the left-hand side. Again, Man City just happy to take their time, and they don't need to force the issue, but that's a heavy, heavy, heavy touch there from Ruben Dias. And Bayern Munich can have themselves a free kick, I think. I think they have, yeah. And so a free kick here. Ruben Dias is very heavy touch there, very unlike Ruben Dias. Is he given offside or is he given a free kick? I think he's given offside against Choupo-Moting rather than a free kick against Ruben Dias, which probably should have been a free kick against Kingsley Coman, to be honest. Just clipped the back of his foot. So Man City get away with one there. Should have probably been a free kick to Bayern in a good position for them to put a ball into the box. Here's Johnny Stones then, first time he's touched the ball, and give it to Kevin De Bruyne. He just plays a ball forward to nobody in particular. Dayot Upamecano will cut that one off, and he'll give the ball back to Yann Sommer. He'll send the ball long. Header won there by Kingsley Coman against Nathan Ake, only as far as Ruben Dias, and here's Nathan Ake. Man City have got their turn now to have a little bit of possession and try and put Bayern Munich onto the back foot, but more importantly here for Manchester City are just ticking away at the clock. 6 minutes gone now, and City just looking to try and weather this Bayern Munich storm. Bayern Munich look like they're not trying to overcommit here. Sensible approach, wait for their opportunities. They will have opportunities to score in this game. They need to take them. It is not impossible. Very difficult, yes, but not impossible. Stones then finds Bernardo Silva. It looks like he's going to get surrounded out here, and he does, and that's good work from Bayern Munich to win the ball back. Here's Musiala then to Leroy Sane. He gives the ball to Kimmich. He can burst forward, and Ilkay Gundogan's there in the right place at the right time to find the pass back, which Ederson's just going to launch with his weaker right foot. It's sliced. Only as far as Joao Cancelo, who does well to win the ball in the air from Erling Haaland, and Kevin De Bruyne gets a nudge in the back from Matthijs De Ligt, and Man City can have a free kick inside the Bayern Munich half. And Man City can have what I'm hoping will be a little bit more possession and a chance for us to push our line a bit further forward and try and put Bayern Munich more on the back footers. The referee's gone over to have a word with Thomas Tuchel, who's looking more and more angry. It looks like a man under a lot of pressure, and he's only been in the job for a few weeks. There was a free kick on De Bruyne from Matthijs De Ligt. Goes through the back of him, nudges him, bam, in, free kick. Job done. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up, much appreciated. 100 likes is the aim, 72 away from that, so any help towards that would be great. Subscribe as well if you're new around here, and do go and check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details there in the description and also in the live chat. And thank you to everybody that has tuned in so far. Nathan Ake not with the best of passes, and the ball goes out of play for a throw-in to Bayern Munich, and City again eats away at another minute, which is good, but City just not stringing the passes together. And unlike at the Etihad, where City look like a really tight, compact, good defensive unit, City are sitting very deep here, inviting the pressure. Bayern Munich haven't had any opportunities as of yet, so I'm sure City will regard that as a big success. But how City are playing doesn't really seem to be suiting our game. And all of a sudden here, Bayern Munich are in and around, and the ball comes in. It's sent in early. And again, just looking for that height and physical presence of Choupo-Moting as Leroy Sane puts the ball into the box, headed clear by Nathan Ake. De Bruyne takes a really good touch. He can find the pass here to Bernardo Silva. He can take the turn. He can't find the pass, and Sane does well. It's a good work that from Bernardo Silva. And here's De Bruyne trying to find a little bit of space. Bayern Munich having 3 or 4 around City at all times. So City really struggling to get their normal play going right now. Here is Matthijs De Ligt then to Dayot Upamecano. Shows a little bit too much of that to Jackie G, but deemed to have fouled him, and referee plays on, and Kingsley Coman's got the run here of Nathan Ake into the penalty area, squared across, and it's a good flick that from Ruben Dias, and Bernardo Silva's in there to get it clear, and here's Jackie G now, and City looking for the counter-attack, and they can buy themselves a nice free kick there for Manchester City. Benjamin Pavard not happy with that one, but Jack Grealish, does he not know? Jack Grealish, one of the most foul players out there. Protects the ball well, goes down and gets City a nice free kick after doing a bit of defending. Sensible. Am I overly keen on this approach from City? No. Is it doing the job? Yes. Do I care? No. So we're through the first 10 minutes here at the Allianz. 0-0. Great success. John Stones goes down. Yeah. The referee says, say what we get. You're given a free kick. Lots of tussles going on. Erling Haaland complaining. Leon Goretzka called over. I'm amazed they're not starting Thomas Muller. They didn't start him last week either. Here's Ruben Dias then to Manuel Akanji. As I said, City will regard this as a job well done. I'm sure the neutrals that will be watching this game will be hoping for an early Bayern Munich goal to make something happen, and that's Bernardo Silva going down. I think we're going to get the first yellow card of the game. I think it's going to Joao Cancelo, which I'm sure the City away following all like. Not real keen on these loan players being able to play against the parent clubs. It was late from Cancelo, stood on Bernardo Silva. Was a free kick. Cancelo letting the referee know it's my first one and goes into the book. And Cancelo needs to be careful. for the remainder of the game, and very early in the game, still another 79 minutes to go. 11 minutes in here at the Allianz Arena. And Bayern Munich have probed a couple of times, got in some good positions. No real quality in front of goal, not tested the keeper. Man City just haven't got going, but they don't need to. They're 3-0 up. Here's Jack Grealish as Barella has put Inter Milan ahead. They are now 3-0 up on aggregate and looking good for a Champions League semi-final clash of Inter Milan against AC Milan. An all-Milan derby. Wow, wow, wow. Here is Yann Sommer then to Matthijs De Ligt. He'll give the ball to Dayot Upamecano. Jack Grealish looking to put Sommer under pressure. Finds the long ball forward. Manuel Akanji just steamrolls through Joao Cancelo and free kick given. Akanji not happy with that one. But that's better from City. A little bit more aggression. There was a lot of success for City when challenging this Bayern Munich backline last week. And that's where the weakness is. But at the moment, I think City are just being cautious to Bayern Munich. And I think the last thing City want to do is get overconfident, come out, and then get pulled apart by Bayern Munich and they find that goal and all of a sudden they're well up for this game and well in it again, and it's a 2-goal deficit rather than 3. And I think City's mentality will be the longer this game goes on and it's still 0-0, the more likely it is Man City obviously go through and more likely City are to get something from the game. So I don't blame City for this approach. City's defensive line and defensive firmness was very good last week in Manchester. Kingsley Coman goes down. Referee says, up you get. The crowd and Coman unhappy with a coming together between him and Ruben Dias. I mean, his foot just clips onto Ruben Dias's. There's next to nothing in that. Kingsley Coman crying like a baby. Up you get. 13 minutes in at the Allianz. 0-0. Akanji to Ederson. The pitch and the surface seems very greasy at the Allianz. Seems to be skirting all over the place. A couple of the players have slipped as well. De Ligt then goes back to Upamecano. Interesting to see some statistics, particularly with how much of the ball has been received by Bayern Munich and how much possession they're having. This would be one of the worst numbers, I'm sure, that City will have had under Pep Guardiola, these first 15 minutes. But here's Bernardo Silva on the right wing, inside the Bayern half, up against Cancelo. He's getting crowded out here, does well. Does really well. Cuts inside. Finds the pass. De Bruyne. Squares one across towards Gundogan and Yann Sommer. I'm sure Bayern Munich will be very thankful that Yann Sommer manages to get a hand onto that and keep hold of the ball. And the first time City have gone exploring inside the Bayern Munich penalty area, that. As I said, an early goal there for City and that takes the sting right away from Bayern. So good ball forward that to Pavard. Here is Coman. Back to Pavard. Tries to send a ball in. Ruben Dias makes the interception only as far as Goretzka. I don't think he can put the ball in here. Lydia, thanks for tuning in. My prediction, 2-1 Man City for this game, and I think Inter will match what they did in Portugal last week with another 2-0 victory. Inter already 1-0 up as well, 3-0 up on aggregate, and in a very strong position as Manchester City are here in this game. As we've made it through the first phase, I said make it through the first 10-15 minutes, and we've done just that, 16 minutes in, 0-0. And Man City just starting to have a little bit more of the ball now, growing into the game, and taking the sting away from the game. A good bit of defending, no shots have come in at Ederson, so all good really from the Man City point of view as Ruben Dias bursts forward. tries to keep hold of the ball. He's out of position. City step forward, and this is where City need to be really careful. And it's Leroy Sane up against John Stones. Sane, wide! There we go. Apologies for that, ladies and gentlemen. My camera just overheated. So I've just opened up the latch to let the heat out, so that shouldn't happen again. So apologies for that. Leroy Sane put the ball wide, and ball gets played forward to Erling Haaland up against Upamecano. He takes the hit on hit. Erling Haaland, why has Erling Haaland gone looking for that? I think he's got a free kick and a red card. Oh, whoa! Upamecano. Oh, the offside flag's up. Oh, wow. Drama. So Leroy Sane was sent forward. 1-on-1. His shot goes wide. A minute later, ball goes forward to Erling Haaland. Upamecano, direct contact, last man, red card. But the offside flag saves Dayot Upamecano. Bayern Munich can't afford to go down to 10 men. They really can't afford to go down to 10 men. Wow. I wait just to see a replay. So the offside flag given, offside given is the decision. Upamecano stays on the pitch. Haaland was offside. That was close. So Upamecano isn't sent off. Thomas Tuchel goes into the book now. Oh, mixed Sid. 2-0 Swansea. Season over for you. Very tight, that offside call against Haaland. I await the lines that are put in from UEFA for the Champions League to see just how tight that was. A warning sign sent there to Bayern. Kingsley Coman's having a lot of success against Nathan Ake. I think a free kick's given against Nathan Ake there. It's again very feisty and fiery. Anyway, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. We are 63 likes away from 100 likes. Don't forget as well to go and check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details in the description, also in the live chat. And also don't forget as well to leave to subscribe. That would be much appreciated. So this is a free kick in a really good position for Bayern, for them to put a ball into the City box and make something happen. So City have a bit of work to do here. A bit of defending. Johnny Stones needs to look across that line because he's currently keeping everyone onside. So a chance here for them to put a ball into the box. I think Sane might be having a shot. He does. And Ederson makes the first save of the game. And out for a corner to Bayern Munich. I'm not sure why Leroy Sane is going for that from there. I think it might... Was it going in? Not sure. That's a poor corner in. Doesn't beat the first man. With 24 minutes remaining of the first half here at the Mo. Here is Cancelo. Gives it to Matthijs De Ligt. To Dayot Upamecano. Kimmich. Got nowhere to go, so he'll give the ball back to Matthijs De Ligt. He will send this ball long and forward. Headed clear by Manuel Akanji. What do I think of Feyenoord's chances in the Europa League? Got every opportunity, having a good season in Europe. Be very interesting. As a shot comes in from Bayern, blocked. And Ederson will catch that ball and stop it going out for a corner. Good catch that from Ederson. And once more, Man City just keeping things compact and tight. I'm happy with my camera angle. I'll make it bigger. There we go. That's not the greatest bit of defending from City. Nathan Ake had just fallen over and a shot comes in from Bayern and over the top of the crossbar. There we go. That's better. So here's De Bruyne. Man City just starting to have a little bit more possession. Johnny Stones just needs to be careful with his ball control there. He is. And Rodri can just thread that one through to Nathan Ake. So City just starting to have a little bit more of the ball now. De Bruyne does well to protect the ball. And Bernardo Silva can have the ball now. And there's space everywhere on this pitch should City want to use it. They need better balls forward than that. Pavard deals with it. Rodri will just nod it back to Ake and City can have a bit of possession now. Here's Jack Grealish in the penalty area. He might have a shot blocked. I think it was blocked by Pavard. And here's Jack Grealish now to Manuel Akanji. And Man City can come forward once more here. To De Bruyne. I think the question has to be is, can Man City start turning this possession that they're having now into maybe creating an opportunity? Weathered through the first half of the first half, kept it at 0-0. Now having a bit of ball play. Here is Erling Haaland with a heavy touch. Gives it to Bernardo Silva. John Stones does well. Does really well. Does really well there, Johnny Stones. He wants a free kick. He doesn't get one. Bayern instead will get the throw. And that's good work from Kevin De Bruyne. And again, just keeping Bayern down there where they want them to be. So we finally get... So Erling Haaland was about a knee length offside. Close, very close. Dayot Upamecano stays on the pitch by the skin of his teeth. I think I prefer Upamecano to be on the pitch, to be honest. I think it makes Bayern Munich a bit weaker because I've not been all that impressed with him. So I think I'd rather keep him on the pitch. As I think is it a throw into Bayern here? 3-0. Ouch. Mixed had stopped paying attention. Your season's done. Your season now consists of trying to spoil it for for Blackburn, try and spoil the party for Sheffield United, and try and spoil the party for Sunderland. That's your season, to be spoilers. Your players will probably go on holiday from this, and you'll end up probably losing all your games between now and the end of the season. Anyway, here's De Bruyne then. Works the ball to the left-hand side. Jackie G gives it to Nathan Ake. Drills one across, and it's wide from Nathan Ake. I think he might have been hoping that someone might gamble at the back post there. No gamble does come in, and goes out for a goal kick. 0-0 it remains here. And that's going to be a free kick to Bayern Munich. Yep. Mick said not enjoying his evening. Here's Yann Sommer. He looks like he's got errors in him. Here's Rodri then to Jack Grealish. Cuts inside. De Bruyne up against Cancelo. He does well there, Cancelo. And Bayern Munich can have the ball back once more. City just starting to grow into this game. 28 minutes in. Bayern 0. Manchester City 0. As we're now just 57 likes away from 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. And don't forget to go and check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details there in the description and also in the live chat. Here is Joao Cancelo then for Bayern Munich. Gives the ball to Leon Goretzka. He finds the pass to Matthijs De Ligt behind him. And Bayern Munich can try and build this from the back. Sent to Benjamin Pavard. Good link-up play between him and Choupo-Moting. Cut back in again. Musiala takes the touch. He goes down. He wants a free kick. He can't believe he's not got a free kick. Thomas Tuchel not happy that he's not got the free kick. Referee says no free kick for Musiala. And there is a little push there from Rodri. He gives the referee a reason to give a free kick, and that would have been a free kick in a very dangerous area, right outside the City penalty area, centre to goal. And they're the situations you want to avoid. Ball comes in there, dealt with by Rodri for Manchester City, and headed further clear by Bernardo Silva. De Bruyne does take the touch, but can't get control of the ball, and Bayern Munich can pick the ball back up and have possession inside the Manchester City half. Here is Leroy Sane, who's gone on to the right-hand side now at the moment. Ball comes forward. Nathan Ake caught out of position here. Ball comes in, and that's well defended by Rodri. Ruben Dias shouting. Who's he shouting at? Is he shouting at Nathan Ake? Right, hopefully back in business. It's the temperature of my camera. This is what happens when I have it prepared beforehand for a good hour. It overheats. So apologies for that, but hopefully good to go. Back in business. Not missed anything. Ederson's just picked up a little nick. And Ortega-Moreno's just warming up. Referee warned him of time wasting. Here's Jackie G coming forward. Not the greatest ball from Jack, and straight out of play for a goal kick to Bayern Munich. It's 32 minutes gone here at the Allianz, 0-0. City lead 3-0 on aggregate, and if we can get this to half-time, I would say, more or less, that's job done from Manchester City. Deba, thanks for tuning in. Here's Ederson. Seems to be moving all right, Ederson. Might have just been some time-wasting tactics, maybe. Not sure. So City have had 39% possession. It's a little bit more than what we had at the Etihad. I think it was 37 at the Etihad. So we have started just to grow back into this game. And just kept it tight, kept it at 0-0. And go from there. Haaland to Gundogan. Akanji. Gives it to Rodrigo. Nathan Ake now. To Jack Grealish. Roundabout now where I think it's a good time for Man City to find that goal. In my opinion, that's a heavy touch from Rodri, and Coman and Choupo-Moting got in each other's way. But who's Musiala trying to find the pass, and just a flick too many that from Leroy Sane. Didn't need to do that. And Man City can have the ball back. And look at that, Leroy Sane not tracking back, walking back, and Man City just stroll forward. I love Leroy Sane, but you want a reason why Man City won't sign him back? But here's your reason. Here is Jack Grealish to Ilkay Gundogan with a shot blocked. And good save that from the keeper. And he'll want a corner. Oh no. What's he given? Penalty. Penalty Man City. Erling Haaland knew he'd given a penalty. He picked the ball up. Upamecano's into the book. And Man City have been given a penalty here. Haaland was appealing for a handball. Thomas Tuchel must be raging right now. Let's have a look at this. Only Erling Haaland appealed. Upamecano has his hands behind his back. And he leaves his arm out and it flicks it. Penalty, yeah. That's a brilliant decision from the referee. That's a brilliant decision from the referee. And good for the referee that he's not relied on VAR with that. Why has Upamecano put his hands behind his back and as the shots come in, taking his hands from out of his back and left him trailing with his arm out? It takes the deflection off the underside of his forearm. Sommer makes a good save. Haaland was convinced it was a penalty. He was like, handball, handball, handball. I wait for this to go out for a corner. Picks the ball up. He picks the ball up because he's going to put it on the bloody spot. He knew. Erling Haaland knew. And Erling Haaland now lines up to put Manchester City ahead in Germany at the Allianz Arena. It's Erling Haaland up against Yann Sommer. That's gross. I don't want to see Erling Haaland blowing snot out of his nose. To put Man City 4-0 ahead in the time, put City 1-0 up as well, and more than likely could be curtains for Bayern Munich. It's Erling Haaland up against Yann Sommer. Here we go then. Erling Haaland up against Yann Sommer. to put Manchester City ahead. Here we go. And he skied it. Oh, Erling Haaland skied the ball. He's missed his first penalty for Manchester City. The Bayern fans are ecstatic about that. They feel like this might just be the moment. They're still alive. And Haaland skies the ball. He went down the middle and gets too much on it. Way too much on that from Haaland. It's a bad penalty from Haaland, and Bayern Munich come up the other end. And this is where City need to be careful. Not getting complacent. They've missed a penalty. Okay. Happens. Not ideal. Man City end up going out by a goal. We'll come back to that. But the situation is, we've got a job to do with the defensive abilities. And, you know, we saw yesterday, as Upamecano's up against Haaland once more, we saw yesterday with AC Milan and Olivier Giroud. He missed a penalty. Didn't mean anything. Came back later on in the game, scored the goal. Goal was enough to send AC Milan through 2-1 yesterday. So that's just demonstrated to me City just need to be careful. Here's Sane then on the left-hand side, up against Akanji. Drifting in here, Sane into the centre. Shot comes in. It's miles over the top of the crossbar. From Bayern Munich. Kimmich it was with a shot. It's a bad penalty from Haaland. Oh, Ederson's made a mug of Kingsley Coman then. Rodri. It's a good pass from Rodri to De Bruyne. He's threading things, De Bruyne. He's making things happen. He loves returning back to Germany. King Kevin. Here's Rodri. Rides the challenge well from Musiala. 6 minutes for City to see out here. Haaland doesn't miss many. He's not missed any for City. I have questioned his technique before. He just goes for power. There's no placement. He just looks to whack that ball into the net is his tactic. Which has worked so far. So I can understand sticking with something that has worked. But misses this time. If he's to miss a penalty at the Allianz Arena, I'd rather he do it when we're 3-0 up in the second leg. Than if this was the first leg at 0-0. And the only amazement is Erling Haaland not putting the ball in the back of the net. But it happens. Here is Bernardo Silva for Manchester City. We're through the first 40 minutes and that'll be a foul on Bernardo Silva from Leroy Sane. And Man City look very much in control of things, even with that penalty miss. Julia, that's ridiculous. Penalties, missing penalties happens. Lionel Messi, one of the best ever, has missed an abundance of penalties. Takes a special talent to be exceptional from the penalty spot. Only Yaya Toure and Mario Balotelli are the two that come to mind with Man City when it comes to penalties. Exceptional. Here's Gundogan. And Upamecano recovers well there. Upamecano is the player I think Man City are looking to really target here. City want the throw, and they get the throw. 4 minutes remaining to half-time. Man City nearly got job number 1 of 2 done here. And see it out to 0-0. And Bayern Munich haven't really shut the kitchen sink. They've shown more intent, yes. Have they looked like scoring? Well, other than that Sane miss, not really. And City have looked relatively comfortable. And Bayern Munich are at a point where the kitchen sink needs to be chucked second half. They need a couple of quick goals. Which is, as I was saying before, as Bayern Munich just pinched this ball back here, and this is where City need to be really careful. Sane takes a really good touch into the penalty area. Coman with a shot and a good save from Ederson and out for a throw-in. City just need to be careful again. Here's Upamecano coming forward, and I've just heard word that Benfica have equalised at the San Siro, so that is 1-1. A little bit of work still for Inter Milan to do. Still with a very healthy advantage. Benfica need another goal to make that really interesting. Here's Yann Sommer. I don't need my chin up, John. I'm very happy with how City have played this first half. They've managed the situation very well as Leroy Sane has a shot dragged wide. Very happy. I'm happy to limit Bayern Munich to pop-look shots from 30 yards out. This has been a very professional job. And I spoke about that in the build-up to this game, that City just need to be professional. And the longer this game goes on like this, I can see Bayern Munich potentially getting more and more desperate, but as mentioned by Thomas Tuchel in the build-up to this game, he said the likeliness of Bayern Munich coming out and scoring 3 or 4 goals was unrealistic, as Ederson's into the book for time wasting. This has got a nasty, bad-tempered affair written all over it. This reminds me of the Atletico Madrid 0-0 last season, where City are just happy to scrape by, rough and tough it. And that's what we needed to do in Madrid in the semi-final, and we couldn't quite manage it. We nearly did. We nearly played the perfect game. And City doing a really good job of it here in Germany as well, as I imagine there'll probably be 2 or 3 minutes added on here. This has been a good professional performance from City so far. So don't forget, everybody, if you're enjoying the content, please do leave a thumbs up. We're nearly at 50 likes, which is halfway to my like goal of 100 likes. We're 54 away, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by BetMate. Links and details, they can be found in the description and also in the live chat, as Bernardo Silva brings down Kingsley Coman as we're into the first of 2 minutes added on here at the Allianz Arena. I think Bernardo Silva there, deliberate trip up there, was a bit lucky to escape not getting a caution for that, to be honest. I've seen Joao Cancelo with only 1 challenge go into the book earlier in this game. We've seen Ederson go into the book for time wasting. Upamecano into the book after not being sent off, after being sent off because Erling Haaland was offside before. So the cards are coming out. It's been very interesting, this game in this first half, as Man City just got another minute and a half to see out. But here comes Kingsley Coman forward, allowing space for Musiala. Can't sort his feet out. He can't sort his feet out. He squares it across. It looked like it hit the hand. The shot comes in. It's blocked from his own man. Man City can get it clear eventually. It looked like it hit Ruben Dias in the arm, but he's already on the floor, and I don't really see what he can do with his arm. And Man City just about weather that storm, and Gundogan gets barged into the back, and Gundogan's kicking off here. Takes a lot to annoy Ilkay Gundogan. He's normally captain, fantastic. This is getting very feisty. Dayot Upamecano pushing and shoving. The yellow card's out again. Gundogan's our captain. This is turned into a very nasty, feisty affair. This stinks of Scott Carson. Some yellow cards come out. So Ilkay Gundogan the first going into the book I think it's Kimmich into the book as well for Bayern Munich. Yeah, this thinks of Scott Carson going in the tunnel and offering out a Bayern Munich player for a fight in the car park. Gundogan not happy with Joshua Kimmich. I mean, German teammates there as well. Gundogan not happy with that. Love it. We love it. Nearly job done here for City. We're through the 2 minutes. And I think the referee surely will just be happy to get this to half time and try and get the players into the tunnel and calm this one down a little bit. Here's Bayern Munich then with the ball. Can't be long left. Nathan Ake finds the header and cleared by Man City. And that will be the half-time whistle. 0-0. We've seen a red card rescinded for offside. We've seen a penalty given for handball, and the penalty missed, pushing, shoving, couple of good saves, yellow cards galore. But the most important thing is it remains 0-0 here in Germany between Bayern Munich and Manchester City. And it does mean that we are 3-0 up still on aggregate going into the final half of this tie. We're 3/4 of the way there. City, job done. You say to me 0-0 at half time, I'd snap your arm off, I'd say delighted. It does mean Bayern Munich need to find a goal first 15 minutes of the second half. They need to be 2-0 up. You would think with a good 5 or 10 minutes left to have any kind of chance of going through. But Man City very much in control here for this match and this tie as well at this moment in time. So very quickly just going to go through the statistics. Bayern Munich are having more possession, 58% compared with 42% for Manchester City. 10 shots for Bayern, 4 on target, no goals. 4 shots for Man City, none on target. Obviously the best opportunity coming from the penalty spot, which was skied by Erling Haaland. 282 passes for Bayern, just 204 for Manchester City. Clear-cut chances created, Bayern 1, none for Manchester City. No corners for City as well. 2 for Bayern Munich. 1 offside apiece for both teams. Defence, 1 block shot for Bayern, 2 for Manchester City. Tackles 1, 2 for Bayern, 5 for Manchester City. And aerial duels, 2 for Bayern Munich and 5 for Manchester City. And no problem, John. Enjoy your walk to Morrison's. In terms of saves made, Bayern Munich with 1, 3 for Manchester City. In terms of discipline, none for Bayern and none for Manchester City. Fouls 1, 7 for Bayern Munich, 4 for Manchester City. In terms of yellow cards, 3 for Bayern, 2 for Manchester City, and no red cards apiece. John, which Morrisons are you going to? If it's the one that I go to, I've got a funny story. That's why I'm asking. Yellow cards for Bayern Munich today have gone to Dayot Upamecano, Joshua Kimmich, Joao Cancelo, and also Thomas Tuchel with a yellow card as well. For Manchester City, we've got yellow cards to Ederson and Ilkay Gundogan. Remember, Manuel Akanji needs to avoid a yellow card to be suspended for the next round against Real Madrid, should we make it through, which currently Man City are in a good position to do so. John going to Hardwood, North Bolton. It's not the one that I go to. I go to, very occasionally, the one in Bolton Town Centre. My funny story was, if you was going to that one, send my regards to somebody, because I remember on Christmas Eve when I was there, somebody went to move at the same time that I did. I'd moved first. So I thought, right, you've just pulled in without looking. So we're going to wait here all day. And ended up having a good 1 minute standoff staring at each other. I'm like, I've already moved off. You've just moved into my path. For eventually, JSGC thought, I'm a busy man with lots to do. Go past. And I might have done a gesture or two. Wasn't me. Christmas Eve. Got to look at it. I hate that Morrison's at Bolton. Awful. Anyway, moving on to scores from around Europe. We'll start with the Women's Super League. There's some games going on there. Brighton 3, Everton 2. Current latest score in the 96th minute. Manchester United 1-0 up against Arsenal as well in the 77th minute. Abby, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. I agree, slow, shaky from Manchester City. Not really that great from City at this moment in time, but Manchester City, getting the job done, shall we say. Taffazul, hello, thanks for tuning in. And Craig, thanks for tuning in as well. I don't get road rage. I just said I'm the one that backed off. I went for, you know what, I've not got all day. I'll be the bigger person and I'll move out of the way. I said that no gestures were made. And we all went on with our day. Good to go. No problems. Not at all. Anyway. Latest scores from the Championship. Blackburn are 1-0 up against Coventry. It'll be a big win if they can hold on to that. Push for a playoff position. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Norwich 1. Preston North End making the comeback here. 3-1. They're 3-1 down in South Wales against Swansea City. Watford 1, Cardiff 3. Middlesbrough 0, Hull 1. And Reading 0, Luton 0. Got some matches in the Women's Scottish Premier League as well. Dundee United 2, Aberdeen 3. Hearts 0, Celtic 3, Hibernian 1, Partick Thistle 1, and Glasgow City 0, Rangers 1. Champions League scores: Bayern Munich 0, Man City 0, and Inter 1, Benfica 1. Does mean that it is 3-1 on aggregate in Italy, and Man City 3-0 up here on aggregate for this match, for this tie. Women's Championship: Birmingham City 1, Durham 0 in the 93rd minute. And last but not least, in the Eredivisie, it's finished Go Ahead Eagles 3, Volvic 2. As we hit 50 likes, which is fantastic. So thank you everyone for leaving a thumbs up. We are aiming for 100 likes, so we're halfway there. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. And do go check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by BetMate. Just go have a check of the latest pot. So whilst I just get that up and have a check of that for you guys, my 1 minute quick roundup of this tie so far, and obviously with this first half as well. Man City very much on top at the Etihad, coming out with 3 goals. Was expecting the kitchen sink to be chucked at us by Bayern Munich. They've showed more attacking intent. Their higher line has been pushed forward. City have exploited it just once, which nearly got Dayot Upamecano sent off. So Man City weathered the first storm, the first 15-20 minutes. Then the first opportunity comes in with that red card with Upamecano. Thankfully for Upamecano, Erling Haaland had just strayed a knee offside, so he stayed on the pitch. He's now on a yellow card. Upamecano was involved again in the next talking point, as he had his hands behind his back with a shot coming in from Gundogan, then chucks his arm out for some reason. It hits the underside of his forearm. Handball's given. He talks himself into the book. But most surprisingly, Erling Haaland never missed a penalty for Manchester City, puts the ball over the top of the crossbar, and it remains 0-0. Had Haaland scored that, it would have completely killed the game. Bayern Munich have had some pop shots. Best opportunities come for Leroy Sane on the left-hand side, put it wide of Ederson's post. Ederson, coincidentally, looked like he picked up a knock, but doesn't seem to be anything more than a knock and seems to be good to go. He's in the book as well for time wasting. We've seen Thomas Tuchel go into the book as well. It seems like a very feisty affair, this one, and I'm sure this one isn't over. I would be surprised if things haven't kicked off in the tunnel, and I imagine in the second half things will be kicking off again. It reminds me a lot of the Atletico Madrid second leg match that we had in the quarter-final last year as well. City kept that one to 0-0, and that's what City need to do. Just keep this nice, tight and compact. Keep it at 0-0 for as long as possible. Bayern Munich, I imagine as this game goes on, they'll be thinking to themselves, they'll just want to win this game to go out with the head held high, knowing that they've beaten Manchester City, which not many teams have done. Man City unbeaten in the Champions League so far this season, so it's not easy for them to play against us and to win this game by 3 or more goals. It's difficult for Man City. I just think Man City need to hold firm, keep it to 0 till about, I mean, realistically, if Bayern Munich end up getting any goal, the fans will be motivated. So I'd say keep it to 0-0 for as long as possible. But I'd be looking to just try. I reckon probably by 60 minutes, I think the job might be done for Man City, but still a long way to go yet. As Tafazul says, Haaland's still a human being, after all. Certainly is. Showing that he is human, not all machine. And Nadir, I think, come the full-time whistle, I'm still backing Man City to win this game, and I'm still going to stick with my score prediction of 2-1 Manchester City. So, very quickly, having a look at the BetMate pots, seeing how I'm performing. I imagine that Erling Haaland penalty miss. Yeah, captain Erling Haaland on -6 for me, so I'm not doing very well. JSGC near the bottom on just 61 points. Not many points to be played for. Those that are selected Inter Milan players seem to be doing okay, but there's still another half to go. So could be very interesting, to say the least. So, we will have kickoff in a few minutes for the second half. In the meantime, I've got some halftime entertainment for you guys to enjoy. It is brought to you by my partner channel, Mixed. His link is in the description if you want to go and follow him on there, and leave a thumbs up on his videos. That would be much appreciated. This is the Guinness 0% non-alcoholic review for you guys to enjoy. Mixed asking, is it worth it to try? Let's find out.
So continuing on with the Dry January series, so of mocktails or non-alcoholic beer, today's one is the Guinness Drought, and I've been waiting for this for quite a while. Does it taste like the real thing? So this is a Guinness 0.0, so this is alcohol-free Guinness, and I want to find out, does it taste like the real thing? So I've got 4 cans from Tesco. It cost me £4.50. So for each can it's £1.12, or I'll round this up to £1.13, as it actually come to £1, £1.12 and 5. But you can't have that, so go round up to the next one. So £1.13 for each can. But I can't wait to get into this, as I'm really excited for this. And does it live up to the hype? Does it live up already? Right. Took me by surprise, that. Took me a little bit by surprise. So when it's can version, I just like to do this. Just slam it in. How do you do your Guinness? When it's cans, I like to just drop it in like that, as I think it looks the best that way. As I've tried it previously tilted, it's not quite as good as just slamming it in. But if it is on draft, I'd go sideways, how you should do it. But for some reason it just works, I don't know why, from the can. So, it's got quite a bit of it. So it's got quite a bit of a head on it, I won't lie. So a little bit of a shtick, as they call it, but how does it taste? That's the main thing. Is it worth £4.50 for 4 cans? It's quite nice. You can notice the difference though, that's one thing I will say. I can notice the difference between Guinness and the non-alcoholic version of Guinness. There's something missing, because I just can't quite put my finger on it. Normally that's that nice aftertaste I like in the back of the throat. But it's alright, I don't mind that. Certainly if you're not certainly if you don't like your alcohol, I'd recommend this, but if you like your Guinness, I'm not too sure you would, as it is quite noticeable. It doesn't have that stout aftertaste. But I can drink it, one thing I will say, but there is a bigger difference with it.
See you in an hour.
As I'll be brutally honest, I'm not too sure I could do can after can after can after this. I was hoping it'd have a little bit of the taste of the Guinness, and it's noticeable. It's like a very watered down Guinness. One thing, that's how I describe it perfectly, like a very, very watered down Guinness. So overall, I think it's good. But if you like Guinness, I'm not too sure you'd like it. I am a big Guinness lover. I do love my stout, especially Guinness as well. But yeah, I certainly had to try it anyway. But I think it's a good idea from Guinness. But I just like to have it. I just wish it tasted more like Guinness. Instead, it just feels a very, 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 very light version of it without the stout aftertaste. one thing I've had when I've had Copperberg with the non-alcoholic version. It tastes like Copperberg as well. I can't really notice the difference. This, you can. And that is a big, big drawback of this. I can notice a difference, a big difference between the two. But I'd probably rate it 5 out of 10. That'll be my overall. It's not too bad the price, £4.50, so £1.13 for each can. But that is my thoughts on it. Do let me know, Guinness lovers, what do you think of the non-alcoholic version of the Guinness? Am I being too harsh on it? But I've been mixing, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Mixing for more review videos like this, more Dry January, as my next one will be the slush puppy. So I will show you guys how to make a slush puppy. As it's been a long time in the wait. I've been waiting over a month to get this machine, and here it is. So that will be the next video, and I can't wait to show you how that will turn out, the slush puppy itself. But I've been Mixed. Have an awesome day, guys, and I will see you next time. Cheers.
Thank you very much there to Mixed for providing today's halftime entertainment. Go and check them out. Links and details there in the description. It's good timing because the players are just making their way out to the tunnel for the second half. It was a fighty first half there for Manchester City and Bayern Munich, and so I'm sure it'll be very much the same in the second half. I imagine Bayern will just keep pressing, keep going, see if they can get that goal and go from there. For Manchester City, it'll just be keep it as tight as possible, and see where we can go from there. And I imagine with City, we'll just be thinking to ourselves, if we can just find that opening goal, I think that'll be enough. Any goal for City in this second half, and Man City will be heading through. I do want to say, I think Bayern Munich's tunnel's really cool. It opens up and closes. It's got turf on top of it, so the players can walk and warm up on it. Utilising space as the tunnel's underground. I think that's really cool. Don't know about anybody else, but yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, we're going to be heading to the second half very soon. Players make their way out. I don't think any changes have been made. Shuffle forward a little bit. Right, we're just waiting for the second half to get underway. Big 45 minutes coming up here for Manchester City, and a chance for us just to get the job done that we've worked really hard for over the last 3 halves of football to get into this position. And we do have kick-off here for the second half. Seamus coming in with the stats. I love it. Haaland missed 3 out of 36. Love it. John says Newcastle brown ale over Guinness for him. Seamus reckons a big pep talk came in at half time, and hopefully it'll be enough to get the job done. Here comes KDB forward for Man City here. Finds Gundogan in a little bit of space, and that's just it. This game is wide open. Bayern Munich's attackers, we saw it at the Etihad, they don't track back. They send so many forward. There's space left, right and centre should Manchester City want to exploit it. Should any of our defenders want to get forward, then there is space for the likes of Stones, Rodri, Akanji, Ake. These players want to get forward, obviously not overcommitting, and City exercising some caution here. But at the end of the day, if this was the first leg, I'd be very happy with 0-0. If it means this is Man City against Real Madrid in the first leg at the Bernabeu, which it's going to be if Man City go through, I'd be very happy at this stage, 47 minutes in, if that was 0-0. I'd be wanting City to take something back to the Etihad to work with. And that's what's gone wrong here for Bayern Munich. 3-0 down. They've not got enough to work with from that match at the Etihad. They've not kept themselves in the tie. And Man City, to me anyway, are just too good of a team to let such an opportunity slip by. And the clock just ticks away. Corner for City. City in no rush. Why would they? The corner comes in. Free kick given to Bayern Munich for some pushing and shoving. Here's Gundogan. The mistake's starting to slip back through, and I'm starting to get a feeling here that maybe Pep Guardiola's team talk might just have been, never mind just staying in it, get that goal and see this one out. City pushing players forward. Rodri stepped forward. Ake had gone forward. That's cracking defending there from Manuel Akanji. John Stones temporarily slots in at right back for City to get the players back. Here is Musiala picking up the ball. Joao Cancelo makes a run on the left-hand side. Not used by Musiala. A little bit greedy that from Musiala. It's a poor flick on that from Leon Goretzka and just giving the ball away. And that's not a great touch from Bernardo either for City. And Musiala can have the ball back once more as Mohamed reckons this is going to finish 1 apiece here in this match in Germany. Here is Bayern Munich building on the right-hand side, just on the outside of City's penalty area. Kingsley Coman sends a cross in, and flicked on the header from Manchester City. Cannot be kept in by Ederson, and it will go out for Bayern Munich's corner here on the 49th minute. Again, a little bit of work to do for Manchester City. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up. We're 41 likes away from 100 likes. City could be making the Champions League semi-final in 40 minutes time. So leave a thumbs up. What's not to like about that? We're now 40 likes away as the corner comes in from Sane. Doesn't beat De Bruyne at the near post. And he will whack that ball out for a throw into Bayern Munich. Also, don't forget as well to subscribe if you're new around here. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details there in the description and also in the live chat. Here's Matthijs De Ligt, sends the ball forward. It's a good ball forward and well defended from Akanji. Now, Manuel Akanji, we spoke about in the build-up to the first leg, how I'd give the nod to Kyle Walker, and I've been so impressed with Akanji. So impressed. He's kept Kyle Walker out this team. And that isn't an easy thing to do because Kyle Walker isn't a bad player at all. In fact, Champions League matches and going up against pacey, quick players just happens to be Kyle Walker's forte. And Akanji's done a tremendous job as De Bruyne binds a nice free kick for City inside the Bayern Munich half. Gets a little flick off Goretzka. There's not a lot in it. Kills another minute to the clock. And a chance for City to send some of the big lads. Rodri, Ake, Diaz, they go forward, and a chance here for City to put a ball into the box from deep. De Bruyne stood over this. This is KDB territory. As Man City, exercising caution, send Diaz back. John Stones stays forward, though. Akanji goes to the back post. De Bruyne is going to whip a ball in towards the back post. Not the best ball in. Will be kept in by Akanji. He will give the ball to Jack Grealish. Can City have a second bite at the cherry? The answer is no. Jack Grealish put under pressure. Nathan Ake will ease the tensions there as Musiala tries to press Ruben Dias there. And Bayern Munich, I can sense, in about 15 minutes' time will tire themselves out of this game. And that's when City will be well in with the deal as Leroy Sane steals that ball back. And a shot comes in from Kingsley Coman. It's tame. Sets up for Kimmich. Moves it to the right-hand side. Here's Benjamin Pavard now to Kimmich once more. He tries to dink a ball in, and I'll speak more about what I said in my match vlog last week at the Etihad in a sec. As the ball gets played deep by Bayern. John Stones can't fully clear it yet. He will now, and out for a throw into Bayern. Bayern don't have that creativity in their team. They don't have them players that can play them cute little flicked passes that can create an opportunity out of nothing. They don't have them kind of players. They don't play that system. And because of that, everything just has to be pace and direct and now. And City aren't giving them any space. There's nothing. They've had the opportunities because they're too good of a team not to have the opportunities, but they've not put them away. And if they want to try and make something happen against this City defence, they need to be smarter, they need to be trickier, and they don't have that quality, in my opinion. Real Madrid may well have that quality. They've shown it before, they knocked us out last year. They do have that. But Bayern Munich, I've not seen anything over the last game and a half that's shown me anything that City need to be concerned about. It's just bam, 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 pace, pace, pace. Who's to come on to make a difference? Gnabry, what's his asset? Bam, 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 pace, pace, pace. Sadio Mane, another very direct player. He doesn't create. And that midfield, Thomas Muller, again, very direct player. Is he then player that will play them passes through? Not sure. Crowd getting agitated, calling for yellow cards. They wanted Haaland in the book before for a late challenge. Referee said no free kick. Ake late this time. Under pressure, the referee from the crowd and the players goes into the book. It's a little bit late from Ake. Someone on the Bayern bench has also gone into the book, according to the commentator. They're not sure who. Again, Man City just need to make sure they don't do anything stupid. What we don't need is a red card in this situation where we're so close to the semi-final now. Here's Dayot Upamecano now. And Man City just doing a good job of... Things are happening, but they're just doing a good job here of keeping things where they need to be. Ball comes in over the top from Bayern. It's a good ball. Sprint forward. Here's Leroy Sane now. Up against Akanji. Musiala gets tackled and Bernardo picks that ball up. He does well. Does really well there, Bernardo. Bayern do well as well to win that ball back. They try and thread that pass in. And there you go. Cleared by City because it's not there. That's great work. Here's Jack Grealish. Haaland's made that run. Haaland! Oh, straight at the keeper. De Bruyne is crying for it. He wanted that pass to come in. Haaland just went for the shot and it's straight at the keeper. I mean, De Bruyne was being marked. So I'm not sure why De Bruyne is so upset and angry, but there we go. I don't see De Bruyne back on the screen. He looks red-faced. He's unhappy. He'll have been shouting at Big Erling. I'm not sure that's the wisest decision. The 6'4" man who does a brilliant impression of John Stones. Sounds more like John Stones than what John Stones does. The Louvre. Ah, nice. All right. 35 minutes and counting. We should really set up an official countdown clock at the top. Countdown to the full-time whistle, because that's what we're waiting for. That's a poor, poor pass from, I think it was from Kimmich. It's very unlike Joshua Kimmich. And Man City just happy to have a bit of possession. Just take this sting away from this game. Nothing stupid. Johnny Stones wants a throw-in, doesn't get one. And you just feel like this tie's slipping away from Bayern Munich. If they can't find that goal, Bayern will just be thinking to themselves, if we can just get that goal, it might just put City into a position of a little bit of panic, grab a couple of quick goals and go from there. And the ball gets drilled across and Kingsley Coman nearly finds the back of the net. Ederson makes the big save and he's lucky not to go into the back of the net as PNE launching a comeback there. 3-2 now. Taking to 3-0 down to get going. De Bruyne threads one through to Haaland. Surely this time. There it is. Erling Haaland with the goal. He misses the penalty in the first half. He puts the opportunity away in the second half. And Manchester City are on their way to Madrid for the Champions League semi-final. Erling Haaland with the big goal. And that should surely knock the stuffing out of Bayern Munich. And it's the man who cannot stop scoring them goals, Erling Haaland, with the goal for Manchester City. Job well and truly being executed here by Man City to perfection. It's a good finish from Haaland. It's composed. Upamecano slips at the most important stage. Makes the decision for Haaland. I'm going to whack this into the top corner. Silence in the crowd. Points up to the City fans. And Erling Haaland back in amongst the goals. And that, you would think, job done. Thomas Tuchel just has a shake of his head. Here's Cancelo now. What do Bayern Munich do now? And Choupo-Moting's not been involved in this game at all. City fans in full voice now. Can they get a second? Here's Bernardo. Could this get even better for Manchester City? Here's Jack Grealish. In the penalty area, he goes down. He wants a free kick. He goes looking for that and he gets a free kick. Right, I think we're back in business. I don't know if it went off or not. It showed on my end that it went off. I don't know if it went off for you guys or not. No one put it in the chat that it had gone off, but it had gone off on my end then. I don't really know what happened, but we seem to be back in the biz, which is good. Man City now have a great free kick in a good position here for a De Bruyne cross-come shot or a near-post shot or just fizzle this right across the box. Plenty of pace and try and get a flick on from somebody. Some defending here for Bayern to do. Here's De Bruyne. Just floats one towards the back post. Headed clear. Here's Jack Grealish to Ilkay Gundogan. Bernardo Silva. Man City in a good position there. Got to stop the play. Why? As Inter Milan wrap things up, you would think. On 2-1 up. And it's Benfica, and that will be them with an all-Milan derby in the semi-final. Here is Nathan Ake now to Jack Grealish. Finds his pass. Haaland tries to play one across. A heavy touch there from Bayern means it will be a corner. The Manchester City and Erling Haaland making a nuisance of himself. And I wonder how long do Man City give this? I'd probably give this another 10 minutes. Job's done. And I'd be making 3 or 4 subs. Potentially thinking about getting some players it's some important game time for some of our players, the likes of Foden, Gomez, Phillips, who will be starting against Sheffield United. As we're now 39 likes away from 100 likes. Corner taken short here by City. De Bruyne floats one into the near post. Cleared by Matthijs De Ligt. So yeah, we're 39 likes away from 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Let's see what that goal means for me. As Ilkay Gundogan goes down. It's got me some points. I'm up to 28. Just 8 points away from being placed. So, not doing bad. Not doing bad. Now, Alphonso Davies comes on for Joao Cancelo. Not to be for Joao Cancelo so far. And Sane comes off for Sadio Mane. No eye contact made from Leroy Sane. Sadio Mane after the punch gate last week. So Mane comes on and Alphonso Davies comes on to maybe give Man City a little bit more to think about. But as I said, for the next 7 minutes and you think that will be that really. I can't see Bayern Munich scoring 4 in 27 minutes, to be honest. Is Kingsley Coman. He might fancy a pop here. He doesn't have one. A shot is going to come in now from Kimmich. And well saved from Ederson. To be fair, straight at Ederson. But again, putting 2 good performances for Man City in these Champions League quarter-final. First leg and second leg. Making them saves. He stood up tall. And I'm sure his confidence will be up no end because of that. Nathan Ake goes down with a bit of cramp. I think it's cramp. Or is this a hamstring? Or is this a hamstring? I think Nathan Ake's hamstring's gone. That's an absolute disaster. Aymeric Laporte stripped and ready to come on. But Man City feeling the effects here of all these games. And Nathan Ake, I think his hamstring's gone. And if that's the case, that's a 3-4 weeker. Means we'll be without Nathan Ake for... If that is the hamstring, it means we'll be without Nathan Ake for the big Arsenal game and the Champions League semi-finals. So hopefully not his hamstring, and hopefully just pulled it ever so slightly. And just needs massaging and a little rest for him for a week and he'll be good to go. Nathan Ake has come off for Manchester City. He'll go straight down the tunnel, I'm sure, for some treatment. Have City got Laporte on yet? I've not seen any confirmation that they have. So City down to 10 men momentarily. Here's Musiala. I've been more impressed tonight with Musiala than I was at the Etihad last week. Made himself known. Here's Bayern coming forward once more. Musiala now finds that pass and Shot comes in from Choupo-Moting, saved well by Ederson, but no real power or conviction behind it. I can't help but think of Stoke City, when I see Choupo-Moting. Here's Rodri. Gives the ball to Laporte. He is on the pitch. Came on for Nathan Ake. Here's Jack Grealish now to Ilkay Gundogan. He gets tripped up by Upamecano. Already on a yellow card. Needs to be careful. And Gundogan now is feeling... He's feeling his bum. So Nathan Ake, he's not going straight down the tunnel. He's just getting his legs strapped with some ice. Feeling a lot of discomfort there. So we'll wait to see what the news is on Ake. That's a big blow. Thankfully, if there's one area of our squad that we've got some depth, it is that left side of centre-back. And Aymeric Laporte, there is a player who is of high quality who can step in. And Aymeric Laporte is a top-class player. It's just a shame that we've formed a really good partnership at the back that we're just picked up an injury at a very important stage of our season. But I'm sure Laporte will be able to step up. I've heard some rumours that Laporte is willing to fight for his place at Man City, which would be brilliant. And if that is a hamstring injury, the next 3-4 weeks could be absolutely crucial for Aymeric Laporte, because Aymeric Laporte could help Man City reach an FA Cup final, could help Manchester City reach a Champions League final, could help Manchester City potentially be in a position to win the Premier League. I'm sure Laporte will be thinking, finally, I get my opportunity now. He's got the chance here to be starting 5, 6, 7 games in a row. If it is a hamstring injury, of course. Here's City then spreading the play. And as I said, surely at some point Man City will start thinking about getting some rest for some of these important players. Johnny Stones penalised for handball. $20 minutes then remaining, and Man City on their way to the Champions League semi-final in absolute cruise control, which is what we want, as Thomas Muller ready to come on. Sean, you're absolutely spot on, defending really well. The fact that we've kept Bayern Munich to 0 for 160 minutes out of a 180-minute game, it's very impressive. So Man City do still have it about them, which is really good to see. But the big challenge is to come. The team that knocked us out last year is Kimmich. Threads one through towards Choupo-Moting, defended well by a combination of Stones, Dias and Aymeric Laporte. Here is Manuel Akanji now for Manchester City. To Rodri. It's all just sitting very nicely for City at the moment. As I said, I'd start if I was City now. I mean, they're going to go in a full rotation against Sheffield United anyway. So do City need to rest some players? I mean, I would. A couple more subs being made, so Muller coming on. And Choupo-Moting comes off for Tell. Surprised I'm not chucking Gnabry on. And Musiala's off for Muller. That's a good challenge, really good challenge that from Akanji. I've been so impressed with Akanji over these 2 legs. I've got newfound respect for Manuel Akanji. Newfound respect. Here is Kingsley Coman now. Cross comes in from Goretzka. Headed up towards Sadio Mane. City want the offside flag. It doesn't come. Cross comes in instead. Johnny Stones heads it clear. Matthijs De Ligt thinks about having a shot. Blocked eventually by Jack Grealish and Aymeric Laporte combined, and De Ligt's miles out of position, and City just try one direct pass forward from Gundogan towards Erling Haaland, but Upamecano deals with that one this time. Check some of the full-time scores from the Championship. Big evening in the Championship for playoff pushing. See if Blackburn's won. Here is Joshua Kimmich. A free header there for Thomas Muller. Just heads it backwards. Doesn't seem to be loading. Don't know why. Try it again. Don't know why it's not loading. Odd. Blackburn are still winning 1-0 up. Be a big, big win for them. Norwich dropping points. Preston still losing. Joe Allen sent off for Swansea. If Preston can just sneak an equaliser. They're right up there right again. Realistically, they needed to win. Middlesbrough have turned it round. Cardiff are winning away at Watford. And Reading are beating Luton. Is that Sheffield United promoted? No. Not yet for Sheffield United. That could come this weekend without them even playing. Very nearly there, though, Sheffield United. Very nearly there. So just 16 minutes remaining here for Man City. As I said, all Sting's been taken out of the game now. This is where I'd be making changes for City, really. More so, rather than just thinking about Sheffield United at the weekend, I'd be more thinking about potential injury. The likes of Rodri, De Bruyne, Haaland. Do they need to be on the pitch right now? In my opinion, no. But I think Man City just wanted to show tremendous respect to Bayern and know that, you know, Bayern Munich come out, bam, bam, goal, goal, and all of a sudden, backs against the wall. So I think City just want to stick with first team for as long as possible. Ball gets threaded through. Here's Kingsley Coman with a shot, flicking round, and surely now, there is a goal, and now the offside flag goes up against Bayern Munich. They finally found their goal after 75 minutes of the second leg, and it's been ruled out for offside, which I'm sure VAR will check. Tell was the one at the back post to pop that one into the back of the net. In the end, it's Kingsley Coman who's miles offside, and it will remain 1-0 Manchester City here. As Benfica are now 3-1 up. Corrier's found a goal for Inter. As is Bayern Munich again. Tell into the penalty area. Squares one across. Kingsley Coman. Ruben Dias is doing the splits and still makes the block. City till I die. Completely agree with you there. If I'm to face Real Madrid, I'd rather do it over two legs than in a final. Very difficult team to beat in a Champions League final, Real Madrid. I remember Bayern Munich fans all laughing at Manchester City. I remember them all laughing at us. They said that we're PSG, they're going to knock us out with ease, was their attitude heading into this game. Man City on it. Seamus, 100%. Ruben Dias in brilliant form, arguably in his best form that he's ever been in for Man City as Bayern Munich make. I think this is their 5th and final change. Benjamin Pavard comes off. Final roll of the dice, and Stanisic is the man that comes on. So we're 32 likes away from 100 likes. What's not to like, ladies and gentlemen, about Man City reaching the Champions League semi-final? Leave a thumbs up, that'd be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. And also don't forget as well to go and check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details there in the description and also in the live chat. Let's get them likes up. I don't know what happened then. I think Bayern Munich just missed a sitter. Camera wasn't panned onto the game, so I don't actually know what happened. Bad asks, who's my man of the match for this game, in my opinion? Bernardo's been exceptional for City. Johnny Stones is once more putting in an impressive performance. I've been impressed with Jack Grealish. I think if City can continue their defensive performance like this, probably Ruben Dias has been an absolute rock for City at the back. Manuel Akanji not far behind. Here's De Bruyne. The ref giving us that penalty. He wanted to give that red card if it weren't for the offside. So 11 minutes remaining here at the Allianz. City still lead. And what a big win. Continue our good form. This would be impressive. This would be one of the most impressive results that we've had all season, going to the Allianz Arena and winning. And Seamus spot on. Ederson's made some brilliant saves for City. First leg and second leg. Here's Rodri. It's a good pass into the channel. Bernardo Silva, City 80 minutes up. Still continuing. Coming forward relentlessly. They want a second. As we're now 31 likes away from 100 likes. Here's Goretzka now coming forward for Bayern Munich. Sadio Mane bursts into the penalty area up against Akanji. He does well. I think that'll be a corner to Bayern Munich. Sadio Mane appealing for a penalty there, for a handball. As we're into the final 10 minutes, I think Bayern Munich know the game is up. They're just not going to want to lose here. And it does hit the arm of Manuel Akanji, that, as the ball comes in. I think the bigger question is he in play? Because if he is, it might well be a penalty. Because his arm is up. And VAR are checking this. I think the question is he in play? Let's have a look. This is the best angle. I think this is a penalty for Bayern, you know. Yeah, he's going to go and look at it. This is a penalty for Bayern. So some work for Man City to do. This is a penalty. So a chance for Bayern Munich to equalise from the spot. It's as much a penalty as what Man City got in the first half. Yeah, the referee's only looked at it once. Penalty. Yeah. There you go. Sadio Mane was the only one that appealed for that. Just like Haaland was the only one that appealed for City's one. Notice something. Very similar decisions. Are we going to get the same outcome? So Ederson, can he make a penalty save? City missed their penalty before. And all the Man City's hard work coming undone right at the end, just as City had worked really hard to keep hold of their clean sheet. There's an array of players lining up for Bayern Munich to take this. I think it's Joshua Kimmich that's got the ball that wants this. And the City defender, Ruben Dias, is so passionate about defending, so passionate about clean sheets. Will be fuming and furious that Bayern Munich have got such an opportunity in the 82nd minute to equalise here when City have played the near-perfect game here at the Allianz Arena. So it's Joshua Kimmich up against Ederson. He's made some brilliant saves over the last 2 legs or so. Can he make a big penalty save here? Or could Bayern Munich think, do you know what? Can we? Nah. Kimmich up against Ederson then. From the spot. Haaland missed his before. Kimmich doesn't miss his though. And Bayern Munich fans don't even celebrate. So they do find a goal eventually. I think this is more about Man City, I reckon, just wanting to keep hold of their winning streak because it looks like it might be coming to an end. So I can't see Man City making these changes now. They want to keep their first team out there and full rotation against Sheffield United just to ensure that this job does get done. It's a cool as you like penalty from Joshua Kimmich, and I'd say to Erling Haaland, you want to put it down the middle without putting too much power on it. That is what you do. And Joshua Kimmich finds the goal from the penalty spot for Bayern. And Man City prepare a substitution here. It's going to be Erling Haaland that's going to come off, and Alvarez is going to come on for Manchester City. As Haaland applauds, gets booed by the Bayern fans. He applauds the City fans. The man with the goal for City today, and it's Julian Alvarez, the World Cup winner for Argentina, that comes on. He'll get the last 7 minutes or so. Someone on the Bayern bench just got a yellow card. I thought it was going to Thomas Tuchel, but it can't be going to Thomas Tuchel. He's already on a yellow card, otherwise he'd have been sent off. So 1-1 here. And Bayern Munich, as I said, fans didn't even celebrate. They'll just be about trying to keep it respectful. They won't want to lose here at the Allianz if they can win or want to do that. And then Alphonso Davies goes up and just leave the Akanji for dead there, and it gets squared across. And Tess has a shot, and it's high and it's wide and over the top of the crossbar. And Manchester City will just slow this tempo right down once more. And this is a good, valuable learning experience for Man City. Because this kind of approach might just be what we need at the Bernabeu for the first leg and at the Etihad for the second leg, where you've just got to be professional and see things out. Am I disappointed with a draw at the Allianz? Never. I always say that at home you want to win your games in the Champions League, and away from home you just want to keep things as tight as possible and stay in the game. And if you can get a result, a draw, always good. If this was at the Bernabeu in the first leg and you said to me it finishes 1-1, Jay, I'd be taking you. I'd be delighted with that. As Aymeric Laporte goes into the book for Manchester City. As I said, we need to be very important here that Manuel Akanji stays away from the book, so he's not suspended for that for that semi-final. What's happened here? I think Thomas Tuchel's been sent off. Yeah. Thomas Tuchel's been sent to the stands. Thomas Tuchel sent off as Kyle Walker's going to come on for Manchester City. And one of the coaches for Bayern Munich's also now been sent off. So Bayern Munich here with... I mean, for Man City here, Bayern Munich are overcommitting. They sent a lot of players forward. So there's space that if Man City want to go and win this game, they can. Here's De Bruyne, perfectly timed pass to Julian Alvarez. He's got a foot race with Alphonso Davies, and Alphonso Davies is quick, thankfully for Bayern Munich, that he can stay in that. As I said, Bayern Munich are going to overcommit here, so if Man City can just keep the defensive structure, if Man City want to go and win this game, they can. Here's Alvarez, back to Jack Grealish, up against Upamecano. That's good work from Jackie G. Really good work. And now he's just wanting to slow down the tempo. And that's good work from Jack Grealish into the penalty area. And he's brought down right on the edge. Stanisic is going to talk himself into the book. They're very frustrated here by him. I said this has been a real feisty game. I don't think this is the end of this tie just yet. I think there's another goal in this game. Right, we're 28 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe if you're new around here. And also don't forget to go check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details are in the description and also in the live chat. This has been... it's not been the classic. It's not been an entertaining game, but it gets City through. It gets the job done. So big thumbs up from me as KDB makes way, and this is Man City's way now of just shoring everything up as Kyle Walker, defensive sub being made, comes on for Manchester City just to stop them potential counter-attacks. And more importantly, Kyle Walker says 4, so they're going 4 at the back. Akanji's going to slot in at centre-back alongside Ruben Dias on the right-hand side. Diaz will sit next to Laporte. Laporte will go in at left-back. Kyle Walker will go in at right-back. John Stones will sit alongside Rodri. Gundogan will play further ahead. And then it'll be Jack Grealish on the left-hand side, Bernardo Silva on the right-hand side, and Julian Alvarez up top. There's Man City taking up time wasting here. Here's Alvarez. Does well, gets another throw in for Manchester City. And these minutes just tick away. And that'll go out for a throw in once more to Manchester City. Jack Grealish is going to shit house this, isn't he? Oh, foul throw given against Jack Grealish. Bayern Munich can get it clear. Game's up for Bayern. They're going out. Man City have had to be on top of their game to get such a good result. And you mark my words, Man City knocking out an elite team like Bayern Munich, not an easy thing to do. They knocked out PSG in the last round. It's good work from Manchester City at the Etihad last week and at the Allianz Arena here for this match as well. It is going to end our winning streak, I reckon. But for the situation that we're in, this is far more important that we get the result. And I think Bayern Munich, no, the game's up. I'm going to add it on time. 5 minutes. Why is there 5 minutes being added on? It's PNE overcommit and concede at the end and lose 4-2. Blackburn drawn, have conceded late against Cov. The City win the ball back. They're coming together between Bernardo Silva and I think it was Matthijs De Ligt. And Benfica 3-3 and 5-3 on aggregate now. Couple of late goals for Benfica. As Luton have found a late equaliser against Reading. Middlesbrough's going to win their game. Muller just keeps that in. Laporte's going to whack this clear for City. Yeah, Antonio Silva in the 86th minute for Benfica, and Peter Musa's just made it 3-3 on the night. And it is going to be an all-Milan semi-final for AC and Inter. And it's going to be... Why has Kyle Walker let a ball come across and Sadio Mane should have scored? That's poor from Manchester City, that then. Really poor. Ederson's got a bit of cramp. He will get rested for City's next game, so I imagine it'll be good to go, you'd think, for our match against Arsenal next Wednesday. And a lot of these players probably won't be playing again until next Wednesday. Ederson just whacks this ball as far as he can, finds Jack Grealish's foot, and City can have some possession here. Here's Gundo. Gives it to Jackie. Can't find the pass, and Bayern just get themselves a free kick. And they're rushing again, Bayern. They want to win. And it's sloppy. And as I said before, if Man City want the win, all they need to do is get players forward. There's space everywhere. Well, City just interested in getting this job done. And just 2 minutes to go till City reach the semi-final of the Champions League for the third consecutive time in a job well done for City here at the Allianz Arena. Is there to be a late twist as Manuel Akanji's now gone down for Manchester City and the referee's going to stop the play? Just holding his toe. I think he's been stood on there. Don't want any kind of injuries. We've already got Nathan Ake over potential hamstring. Don't need anything else really, do we? So just over a minute remaining here at the Allianz Arena, and it's nearly job done for Manchester City. The question is there going to be a late goal for either team to find a winner for the match tonight? Mane can't find the pass, but does find Alphonso Davies via a deflection. Gets into the penalty area and shielded out. Here's Rodri. It's a shame that penalty was given away from City at the end there, because I fancy would have 1-0 this one. Here's Aymeric Laporte now. Gives it to Jack Grealish. Heavy touch from Jack Grealish, and they'll be given away to Dayot Upamecano. Julia, is there an FA Cup watch-along? There's not going to be an FA Cup watch-along this weekend, unfortunately, as I'm very busy at the moment. But I think, for my schedule as it is right now, I don't know about May yet, because I've not made my May plans, but should be the last one that I miss hopefully for the season, as last opportunity came in for Bayern Munich and it's glanced well wide and out for a goal kick to Manchester City, and it was Kingsley Coman that glanced that wide. So yeah, I'm going to miss the FA Cup semi-final, unfortunately, but I'll be keeping an eye on that. I will have my preview, of course, up before the game, and we'll have a match review up after the game for you guys to enjoy. I think the referee's just going to blow the final whistle. There we go. Double thumbs up. Manchester City reached the semi-final of the Champions League for the third consecutive season. And Manchester City knock Bayern Munich out of the Champions League, winning 4-1 on aggregate, drawing 1-1 on the night in Germany in what has been a hard-fought evening with yellow cards, red cards, penalties. As it is, not much to split on the night, and it's the match at the Etihad last week where this tie was decided. City winning 3-0 in Manchester, City putting themselves into the ascendancy, and Manchester City making their way through to the Champions League semi-final to set up a two-leg date with Real Madrid to reach the Champions League final in Istanbul on June 10th. Chance for Man City to get some revenge on Real Madrid for last season, because we were that close. We nearly got the job done, but we didn't. And we had lessons to learn. And hopefully now Man City will be thinking to themselves, it's revenge time, and it's time for us to go out there, show what we're capable of, and go and knock out another prestigious, successful Champions League team in the form of Real Madrid. And you don't get bigger, you don't get better, and you don't get more successful or more prestigious than Real Madrid. City have a job to do. I'm confident we can go and do that. And City march on. And the start of a very big 7 days for Manchester City in all competitions. First objective, get to the Champions League semi-final. That's ticked off. Next up, it's not quite Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena, but it is at Wembley for an FA Cup semi-final date with Championship side Sheffield United, full rotation in place, and Man City have a job to do on Saturday for that game. We'll have all the build-up and everything else that there is to speak about, of course, for you guys to look forward to. So I want to say a big thank you to everybody for tuning in today. Much appreciated. I'll have my match review out with my thoughts within the hour for you guys to enjoy. Julia, thanks for tuning in. So sick of thanks for tuning in. City Till I Die, thanks for tuning in as well. And as John says there, tranquility as Inter draw 3-3 on the night and go through 5-3 on aggregate to play AC Milan in an all Milan Champions League semi-final. Massive. Why is there a Bayern fan holding up a Erling Haaland cardboard sign asking for his shirt? There we go. I don't know. Seamus, thanks for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. Very quickly, just going to go through the stats. Bad, thanks for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. 58% possession for Bayern, 42% for City. 19 shots for Bayern, 7 on target, 1 goal from the penalty spot. City with 7 shots, 2 on target, 1 goal. Enough to get the job done. And a draw at the Allianz Arena is a very good result in my opinion. 536 passes for Bayern with 2 clear-cut chances created and 5 corners and 2 offsides. 395 passes for Manchester City with 2 clear-cut chances created, 2 corners and 2 offsides. 3 block shots apiece, 7 tackles, 1 for Bayern, 11 for Manchester City, 4 aerial duels, 1 for Bayern and 10 for Manchester City, with 1 save to make for Yann Sommer today, conceding 1, and 5 saves for Ederson to make, conceding 1 from the penalty spot as well. Disciplines where it all goes wrong. 5 yellow cards for Bayern, 4 for Manchester City, and no red cards. But that was only because they had the red card rescinded for offside on Erling Haaland for Upamecano in the first half. So yellow cards today for Benjamin Pavard, Joshua Kimmich, Dayot Upamecano and Joao Cancelo. Also saw Thomas Tuchel sent off, a Bayern coach sent off, and a yellow card given to another Bayern coach. No yellow cards for Manchester City for our coaching staff, but there was yellow cards today for Ederson, Ake and Gundogan. Ake looks like he's picked up a hamstring injury, waiting for further clarification from Pep Guardiola on that one. But in terms of yellow cards, it's important that Akanji didn't pick up a yellow card, so he will be good to go for the Champions League semi-final against Real Madrid. You heard that right. Champions League semi-final, Real Madrid once more. It's different this time. We're at home in the second leg, not going to the Bernabeu. We need a result in Spain I think it's in 3 weeks' time. So looking forward to that one. We've got some big, important games coming up. Sheffield United at the weekend on Saturday. Arsenal in the Premier League next Wednesday. Fulham in the Premier League Sunday after. West Ham at home on the Wednesday night in the Premier League for one of our games in hand. This result, by the way, does mean that our away match against Brighton's not going to be played until the penultimate game of the season, so Arsenal are always going to have at least one game on us right up to the run-in towards the end of the season. And also, we've got a big game then coming up that weekend. I think it's a home match against Leeds before we play Bayern Munich Real Madrid in the semi-final. We'll follow that up with a match away at Everton, home match against Real Madrid, home match against Chelsea, away match against Brighton. Am I missing another one there? I might be, I'm not sure. I think it's away against Brighton, away against Brentford, then a potential FA Cup final, then a Champions League final. That's City's fixtures from now until the end of the season. Not sure I've missed any there. But there we go. Alec, thanks for tuning in as well. So do let me know your thoughts in the comments below if you're watching this after the live stream. Whilst the live stream's still running, go and check that out and leave your thoughts in the live chat. Also, don't forget as well to subscribe if you're new around here. Leave a thumbs up. We're 22 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description below and on the yellow banner too if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description too and on the yellow banner if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Also, don't forget as well, TikTok link in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. And finally, I want to say a big shout out to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by BetMate. Links and details, they are in the description. Gonna have a very quick final check of the pot and see where everyone has finished, as JSGC's not had a great pot here, finishing 51st, so hopefully we can get the good form back at the weekend against Sheffield United. I wanted to say well done to Balrog, winning by 5 points, a massive 5 points to win the pot and win £120, so well done to them. They had DeMarco as their captain, Dumfries as their vice-captain, who picked up minus, but these Inter Milan selections worked well. Barella, Martinez as well, and he had Bayern Munich players in his team. Yann Sommer, Goretzka, Leroy Sane. It's the captain, DeMarco, that's worked really well there. For him taking the risk, and sometimes it's all about taking risk, because we're now 20 likes away. Can we edit in the post-production? We'll have to wait and see. I'll have my match review out within the hour, so I'll see you then. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Thank you to everyone that's interacted with me today, left a thumbs up, left their thoughts in the live chat, donated and everything, much appreciated, and I'll see you all again real soon. Next live stream will be next Wednesday for the big Arsenal game, as I'm busy this weekend, but I will have all the build-up with my thoughts before the game and after the game as well, for the game for the FA Cup semi-final between City and Sheffield United. So I'll see you then. Loads of content to come. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now. Semi-final time. Real Madrid again.